Welcome back to 90 Seconds Plus with Invercargill City Mayor Nobby Clark. So we're having a bit of fun this week. Nobby's always obsessed with my caps and my shortness of hair, so we thought we'd set him up for one today. So here we go. Nice hat that you got, Nobby.
Maybe Trump can sort all the world's problems out.
Yeah. Well, Invercargill's own Trump. We've got you, so yeah. So let's kick things off. Obviously, was it a week or so ago, or two ago, you obviously triggered or upset a few of the rugby people. So it's good now, I guess. You've got, the council's made some decisions, hopefully on Rugby Park's future, but also you've got, I guess you've got around the table now, you've got Rugby Southland and yourselves back at the table having a chat about a few things and progress and the future. So
I won't go into the details, but I mean, we haven't made any decisions yet. Yeah. What we have made is that we've already made the decision the other day to continue on with the repair and maintenance work that we've already got done down there at the moment. Yeah. So we just finished that off. Yeah. But there's about $3 million worth of further work that needs to be done over the next couple of years. We've paused that. Yeah. I want the working group that we've set up, which is between our senior staff and the Rugby Union, to come with Rugby Southland, to come back to us with what the long-term future of rugby is, because there's a lot happening on the national stage that we're not aware of. Yep. And we also want to get some identification of whether Rugby Park's what we should be investing in. I've personally made the statement many times that I don't think it's a multi-purpose venue. There aren't interests from others. There's some small stuff that can be done, but we just got to accept it's a rugby park. It's not for the other codes. I'm open to being convinced that that's not the case. But the other issue that we've got to consider from a rate base perspective, if we went somewhere else, and even if we didn't fully fund, would it be more expensive than just fixing up the other one? And I don't have the answer to that, so I'm going to make sure we do have the answer before we go forward. So, but it doesn't stop them having games in the next 2 or 3 seasons. No, we've just got to be mindful that the leaking roof is not ideal, and we don't want to get in a situation where it's a $3 million fix, and if we leave it 3 or 4 years, it becomes a whole lot more. Yeah. So we're just working through it. A lot of emotion around the time with Rugby Southland, as there has been with some of the other councils around our decision not to run with the glass recycling bins for the next couple of years, and to also pull away from some of the funding we have for Great South as well. We just had to make our rates affordable, and that's the bottom line for any council.
And let's just get on to, so with Great South, so obviously they're running at a deficit, I understand at the moment, financial deficit or budget. So obviously they've got some cost cutting to address or look at. But again, hopefully they need a bit of a refocus a little bit, I think, on just what their brief and what their job is. I think it's got a bit distorted and lost. They've lost their way over the years, and maybe it's time to have a bit of a reboot.
I'm not sure I'd agree with that, but like any organisation at the moment, the government's done some work in cutting its cloth. That's not to say there'll be any job losses at Great South. We pulled away a little bit over $70,000 worth of funding, which isn't a huge amount because we put in about something close to $2 million anyway. Yeah. But we just had to find some savings, and that was one of the areas. They'll refocus. They basically have core funding, which is what their basic day-to-day running costs are, and then they have contract funding as well. Yeah. So we pulled away from some of the contract funding. So they'll refocus. They're quite nimble. They're in the process of doing it now. I'm quite confident they'll come back with the key workloads that we want as a city. In an ideal world, we'd have a whole lot more, but we're not in an ideal world. So again, everything we leave in the budget hurts the ratepayers. Yeah. It wasn't pleasant having to tell them that, just as it wasn't pleasant to work through the issues with Rugby Southland. But you have to make tough decisions sometimes.
Yeah. And the other interesting topic is it's payday for a lot of us over parking meters and the mistake, but better not swear, the cock up, I guess, with council and how they handled the implementation of their new was it bylaws or parking meters. I had a look just before while we were waiting to come up here, and I think I've got like 20 over the last 2 years. So that's an interesting one.
I'm not sure whether the people that are paid will automatically get a refund. Yeah. I think they'll have to apply. I think that's what I understand. Yeah. But look, we didn't get it right. I've met with a lot of people your age and some slightly older, so it's an aged care thing, that don't know how to work a parking meter when we installed them. The issue was that the messaging wasn't clear on the parking meters. Yeah. It implied that if you're only going to be there for 30 minutes, you didn't need to put your name in. you plate in.
Yeah.
Where in fact to activate that 30 minutes you had to put it in, and people
That's
just
the
thought,
free, yeah, that's the free 30.
free for 30 minutes, I'll just let it go.
Yeah.
So we've had to clarify that. So, and we've already done the work on the meters so that people know.
Yeah.
But we'll get a few that won't. So that's been a costly exercise. I think close to $500,000 of refunds.
Yeah.
So it's significant. Having said that, it's that $500,000 was more than we were that we budgeted for from parking meters. Anyhow, we've had quite a good return from that. And some people say, well, it's a money-making exercise. Well, it is in some ways.
Yeah.
But if you don't have money coming in through those sort of services, again, rates go up.
That's right. Yeah.
It's just because we've only got three sources of revenue: rates, services that we provide, so dog licences, consent fees, parking meters, and so on. So that's recovering service costs. And the last one is around investments that we might have and what we get from those. And so it's a bit of a juggling act, trying to smooth those 3 areas out, get the best value for the ratepayers on all those 3 areas.
Next 90 seconds plus with Invercargill City Mayor Nobby Clark. Until next week, see you later.
Perfect.
All right.